We're live. Hello.
We're in the pregame. What up, pregamers? Oh my gosh!
What up,
you know what's happening right now? But man,
the world is ending.
It is like it's been reported everywhere.
I can't even share the post on Facebook.
Yeah, don't worry, because apparently not Twitter, not X, but Facebook and Instagram are having issues. You can't log in.
I wonder if I hope YouTube's working on.
According to this story by 1011, it said few tech companies, Meta, social media platform, including Facebook, Instagram, and Messenger. As of 1045, there are about 359,000 plus reports of users experiencing issues with Facebook. The most common issue is that users have been logged out of their account and able to log back in.
How many?
I don't know. This is 1011 story.
But did that say only like
359,000 plus? Maybe that's in the area.
That can't be
accurate. I don't know. 47,000.
How many people have Facebook?
Instagram? I have no idea. 1011 put out. Channel 8 just put out. Like, it's a major mess in the world.
If you're just joining the show on stream, don't freak out. We're literally just talking about Facebook being down.
Yeah, that's all.
I mean, if somebody joined the show in the middle of that monologue, it could have been anything.
It could have been anything.
What you're talking about.
I'm just telling you, Facebook, Instagram are down. What are we going to do?
I don't know.
As of 9 a.m., detected the point of effect. Yeah, there's a lot of people down. Can't use Facebook. We cannot, by the way. We cannot.
Yeah, well, my generation isn't probably freaking out about this too much because we've kind of got away from Facebook a little bit. It's mainly just Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter.
Is that what it is right now?
Yeah, Facebook.
You've gone on from Bookface.
Well, Facebook is kind of the
my generation time.
Yeah. Thank you for not making me offended.
That's all right. No, I'm not offended at all. I get used to you offending me without saying
you're used to it.
Yeah, a lot of people do that to me.
Okay,
so you're a very gentle, kind-hearted person that does not rebuttal with that kind of stuff.
No, you don't. Good show coming up today. We'll have Robin Washut on 10:20.
No Brian Munson today. He'll be back next week. What up, Claire?
Hey, Claire.
Claire thought her Facebook was down. It's everyone. Good morning. I hear you on Facebook, Ernesto. He's not affected.
Ernesto, are you on Facebook right now? It says you're watching on YouTube.
Yeah, Thew is checking in near Hastings, softball mecca of Nebraska. You're right. It is.
What Thew, up, Thew? Oh, you're okay. You're out there.
Out in Hastings. A lot of fun today. Robin Washut. And by the way, if you're interested, I know you are, because the ones of you that
hold on. This is a big story. Ernesto, is your Facebook working right now?
Yes.
Okay. So this is a development in the story.
So what?
Apparently Florida users are okay. This might be just a Midwest thing.
Meta business. I'm trying I tried a different route. See what happens here. This is interesting.
Yeah, well,
like we said,
we could report on this. This is a big story.
Yeah,
it's working in Florida.
It's working in Florida. It's working. Ernesto's Facebook is working.
It is.
Well, what if Colin was on today out in wherever he's at, London?
Let me see what's going on with him.
Yeah, I wonder if his Facebook's working. This is awesome. I mean, it can't be just a Nebraska thing, is it? I mean, this is national.
If that number's correct, 350,000. Okay, no. Ernesto sent me a picture. It's legit. He's
legit.
Well, hold on. He's not logged in. It says he's not logged in. Ernesto, try and log in.
I can't even log in.
Because that's what people are having issues with. Yeah, Thew's having a bad year when it comes to Facebook.
Yeah, it just says we're all logged out. Thew, I hope you're not hacked again either.
This is the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
Good morning, Lincoln, Nebraska. Happy Tuesday. Welcome in the Morning Hookup. Bill Hucks, Will Wilson. Thanks for hanging out with us. Hope your morning's off to a great start. Beautiful, a little crispy outside, but it is nice. The sun's out. Headed to like almost 60 today. But I tell you, that's not the news right now. The news that has everybody scurrying right now is they can't log into Facebook
or Instagram.
Instagram, and your feed won't refresh. That's all the news right now.
It's a big story.
It is a big story.
This is America. Everybody freaks out when he can't access Facebook.
Yeah, you just don't know what's going on. Well, you know what? It's kind of a weird deal, you know?
I don't think it is. It's happened many times.
I know, but like it's, you know, the point that you can't log in, you automatically logged out. I don't know. Like I said, if X were to go down, we are walking out of this studio right now.
But it's happened. This is what I'm trying. It's happened. This has all happened before. Why? Let's not freak out. It's going to be up in 10 minutes.
Boss man said, "Wonder if it's Super Tuesday." There's a lot of presidential primaries.
Boss man going to conspiracies.
Somebody took it down.
Yeah,
on a Super Tuesday.
I think he's reaching on that
on a Super Tuesday.
So we got Robin coming up today.
We do. Justin, you are correct. It is down because of all the snow squalls.
You know, when at the end of the year, there's a word of the year. Snow squalls needs to be the word of the year.
Yeah, that's it. That's done. So, welcome in again. Like I said, Robin Washut. There is a chance. We don't know. Unconfirmed so far. We're waiting for confirmation of sauna time.
Yes.
You guys have asked about sauna time, and there's a chance. Sauna talk. There's a chance you get it today.
It happened last Tuesday. Christian called in live from the sauna.
There's a chance you get sauna talk today. We don't know yet. Unconfirmed.
We will find out.
Efforting.
But you want to stick around because you don't want to miss it.
Don't want to miss that. And you don't want to miss when Facebook comes back up.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you can jump back in, log back in, and join us.
You want to make a bet? I'll bet you at lunch that it's up by the end of the show.
That's an easy one. I thought you were going to say like 10:25.
10:30.
10:30. Up before 10:30. I'll take it.
Deal.
Just because I want to buy you lunch. And every time we go to lunch, we hang out and have a good time.
Bet.
And a midday afternoon beverage takes place.
We have a lot of conspiracies going on. A few thinks it's either sunspots or North Korea.
A lot of that going on.
We thought Ernesto was able to access Facebook until we found out he doesn't have an account. What people are having issues with is logging in. You're automatically logged out, and then when you try and log in, it doesn't let you.
It doesn't go anywhere. Just stuck there.
Yes.
That's weird. So before we get to Robin, darts last night for you, my friend.
Yeah, darts last night was great. I subbed again. This is what happens when you get good, is that people start asking you to sub.
Can you start caring about people when you sub, though?
What do you mean?
The last year, you're like, well, we didn't, you just didn't really care. You weren't invested. You got to start doing that.
Well, it's not that I don't care. It's just if I throw bad, it doesn't really affect me.
You don't feel bad at all for the person that asked you to sub if you throw bad, because they're asking you for a reason. One, they like you probably. Two, you're a good dart player.
Well, wow.
Okay.
Thank you.
But why would you be like, all right, sorry, bro, I got my next match. Good luck next week.
I go into every match wanting to win. I go in trying to win. But in this instance, if I'm not throwing well, I don't care. It doesn't affect me.
Right.
I don't want that to affect me. I want to leave my madness for my real game. And so we ended up losing the substitution game.
All right, you lost the sub game. So it's a lot like when you go to the driving range before a round of golf. If you hit it like crap, who cares?
Yeah.
I'm going to go play my game on the course, right?
That's what matters. Is the game on the course.
So how about your actual? So you just subbed last night, but then you had yours too.
Then I had mine after, and we ended up winning 4-1.
Booyah, I'll take that.
I bounced back, and Anna and I threw very well. Nora was there watching. I play good when my girlfriend's there.
I'm telling you.
I play good when she wasn't there for the first game. So that's why,
that's the difference.
Wasn't throwing very well.
You entered into the good luck charm space.
Yeah. She needs to be there every time.
Good luck charm space. So also, by the way, all the music you hear today, let's credit Ernesto for today.
This is all from Ernesto.
You have very nicely taken that call and letting this music play today. And we're gonna appreciate every bit of it.
Don't get used to it, Ernesto.
Yes, it's a one-day special.
Yes.
One-day special. So boy, Facebook down. It's got a lot of people. I've gotten some texts like, what about Facebook? I'm like, I don't know how you're gonna live.
Let's see here.
Good morning. You're on the morning hookup.
Hello. Uh-oh. Hello, is somebody there?
No.
They just hung up. I hope that wasn't sauna talk. That might have been the call for sauna talk.
It can't be. We have to get Robin Washut first.
Oh, I thought Robin comes in at 10:20.
No, Robin's then Brian. Robin's right now. We have Robin coming up.
Who is this?
It's Dave.
Hey,
Oh,
Dave, what's up, buddy?
man?
Yeah, I called your phone. I called your place, and it gives a buzzing noise.
Well, we got you now, right?
We got you now, you sound good coming to us right now. Yeah, you sound good right now.
I'm back in Lincoln. I'm back in Lincoln, guys.
Oh yeah.
Hats off to Ernesto. Being a cheerleader, trying to get your hour back, but it really sucks. You guys will never get your hour back. Unless they give Hurrdat Sports their money back. I don't know. It just, what really pissed me off yesterday?
Let me know, buddy.
I was listening to Chris and Elijah. So Will Wilson, his voice comes on the radio to do a promo for your show the next day. And I hear Will's voice. About 3 seconds, they cut it off.
They cut off our promo?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a big story,
Yeah,
Dave.
they
You
cut
better
off
not
your
be lying.
promo for your show. I just like, good grief, man. I mean, come on. I mean, there's just something going on, man. I mean, Chris and Elijah get 3 shows at 15 to 20 hours a week, and they're getting a paycheck from Hurrdat Sports and KFOR, and you guys get nothing, man. It just pisses me off. Hey, can I talk Big Ten basketball?
Absolutely. Let's fire it up.
Okay. I'm not a big fan of the double bye. Nebraska's got to wait 7 days till they play Michigan. And then if you get the double bye, you got to wait another 5 days to play on Friday. Lower seeds in the last 4 years in the double bye are 9-7. And that's just another thing too to realize is the NCAA selection committee starts gathering on March 10th. So they're going to start watching games on March 10th, and especially the one person that was assigned to the Big Ten. If you're Nebraska, man, you don't want to lose to Michigan. That'll be, you don't want to, like Mike DeCourcy said on the Big Ten, you don't want to give the committee a chance to, have doubts. But, I'm just not a fan of the double bye. When Nebraska played in 2017 and 2018 with the double bye, they got blown out by Michigan on national TV with all the committee members watching.
Who ended up winning the championship that year, by the way? They won it all.
Michigan did. They won the Big Ten.
That was a hell of a run.
And Michigan was the lower seed. They came through the play-in on Thursday, I believe. But still, there's just, Bill, I like what you said about, there's still doubts. You never know until you see your name on the board on March 17th on Selection Sunday.
That is so true. You get all these bracketologists that say it, and you don't you just pump the brakes until you're sitting there and you go, now the number blah blah seed out of the West, Nebraska. Then you're like, all right, we're in.
Yeah, and there's too much history of teams that have been in 38, 39 in the net and not make it. And then the committee members saying, well, why didn't this team make it? You just can't be sure until you see your name, because there's all these tournaments starting next week. And, a team can just come up through and upset and just take a bid away, but yeah, I didn't want to cuss on the radio, but it still pisses me off. You guys are not going to get your hour back,
Hey, we love
you.
But
hey, if Hurrdat Sports gets their approval on the restaurant in downtown Lincoln, you can go work for them. Who knows?
Yeah.
We need to hire you. We need to hire you.
Dave,
all right, Dave. See
you're the man. Appreciate you, Dave. That's awesome. Great stuff. It is very interesting in that world, because Dave makes a great point, by the way. The fact that Nebraska is in right now, but you don't want, you got to keep winning, win, because you don't want to leave anything for doubt until, the conference tournaments produce madness with teams that win it that aren't supposed to be in.
You're right.
That take spots.
We need to hire Dave as our manager.
Hello.
Robin Washut, welcome on the Morning Hookup, sir.
What's up?
Are we on the air?
You're on the air.
We are on the air.
Okay. All right. I won't cuss then.
No, that's all right. Today we don't really care. No, I'm just kidding. We do.
Just kidding.
Oh, my gosh. Again, Robin Washut joining us from HuskerOnline.com. Robin, congratulations on 16 years on the beat, my friend.
Yeah, it's not over yet, but last home game of year 16. Crazy to think about it when you tally them up like that. But as I tweeted, this has been one of the more enjoyable seasons thus far by a pretty wide margin.
I was going to ask you that, and because I saw your tweet, and absolutely, we talk about it. But where does this, if you had to rank it in the 16 years, obviously, I think this is towards the top. Is there one that beats this? Obviously, a lot of stories within this year with 18 home wins, and you've covered K-State for a few years now. But where does this one rank in your 16?
Yeah, it's up there for sure. Obviously, we'll see kind of where it ends up when all is said and done. But as it stands right now, I'd probably put 13-14 number one, just because of first year of PBA, the NCAA tournament, just how crazy that season was, and then obviously making the tournament and all that sort of stuff. But then this one though is unique in the sense that they've been so good. The 17-18 team was really good as well, but you compare the resume of this year and that year, it's really not even close when it comes to quality of wins and scoring margin and all that sort of stuff. So, that I'd probably put those three in the top three. And right now, this year's probably two, with a chance to potentially vault to the top spot when all's said and done.
Interesting. What would you say this team is? Good, really good? What would you say?
Yeah, I mean they're a borderline top 10, top 15 team in the nation at home. Unfortunately, when they leave Pinnacle Bank Arena, the results have been varied, to say the least. So I don't know. They're somewhere in between, really good and average, depending on the night. They've had nights where they've looked unbeatable and nights where they look like they've never played basketball together before. So it's somewhere in between there, but ultimately you're defined with what you do in the postseason. So where they end up will be determined here over the next few weeks.
Robin, I want to ask you before we jump into this team and where it's at, and with unfinished business still to get into the tournament. Obviously, we feel like we're in right now, but we'll talk about there in a minute. But talk about PBA itself. I talked about it yesterday a little bit. Obviously, PBA, what it has brought to the city of Lincoln, but it's about the product over time. It's part of it, but PBA has now created in the last few years a true home court advantage. And talk about that and just about PBA in its time.
Well, I mean, this year has been great. They've had other years where the crowds have been great, but it's one thing that really separates Nebraska fans and that home court advantage, that even when Nebraska's terrible, they still show up. The fact that there are very few games where I can remember there being less than 7,000 or 8,000 people there, which for Nebraska is really bad. But you compare that with places all around the country, that's a normal crowd for a lot of high major programs. And so, I mean, that I think says it all about what Nebraska's home fans mean to their program. And when they show even the slightest semblance of being competitive, the fan base immediately rallies behind them and creates, what, as we've seen this year, can be one of the best home courts in all of college basketball. So that's kind of been the one thing holding Nebraska back from really being in that true category, is that the team just hasn't won. And there hadn't been a whole lot for the fans to cheer for. But this year shows that when the team is good, especially really, really good at home, that makes PBA one of the toughest places to play. And it's not just, homers like me or whatever saying that. You ask any coach in the Big Ten, there's a genuine belief around the conference that, Mackey Arena at Purdue, and right now probably Pinnacle Bank Arena here in Lincoln are probably the two toughest places to play in all of the conference. And so that will continue as long as Nebraska continues to field a competitive product and gives the fans something to rally behind and cheer for. That home court edge is going to be significant for the foreseeable future.
We're talking to Robin Washut. So Sunday was senior day, and I was bartending during the game. And I'll tell you what, the amount of people who were arguing at the bar about who was a senior, who could come back, who was walking, it was so annoying. please, can you just give us the rundown of who officially is leaving and who has a chance to come back next season?
Okay, well, 3 of the guys that walked, Casey, Josiah Alec, and John Coleman, they're done for sure after this year. There's zero question about that. They don't have any more years of eligibility, so this is their final college seasons. CJ Wilcher walked because he graduated in December. He is a junior when it comes to eligibility, and he has another year of eligibility remaining. So just because he walked on senior day really doesn't have anything to do one way or the other with his future for next season. It's a lot like Derek Walker a few years ago when he became the first member of his family to graduate. He walked and was honored on senior day and then ended up playing 2 more seasons at Nebraska. So the senior day thing in cases like that really doesn't mean all that much unless, there's clear finality like it was with the other 3 guys. So that means everybody want to know about Rink Mass, Juwan Gary, Bryce Williams, they all have another year and they can all come back next season. Now, kind of like Casey a year ago, just because they have that other year doesn't mean they're not going to have other opportunities. Rink is going to have international opportunities. So if he's done playing college basketball and tired of going to classes and all that stuff, he can go get a nice payday overseas, probably back home in the Netherlands. Bryce Williams is certainly going to have opportunities as well. So is Juwan Gary. But I think the difference now in retaining guys, you see it with football already with the amount of players Nebraska was able to bring back for the football program this year, high level, key pieces to the roster. I think Nebraska basketball is going to have a pretty good chance of doing the same thing. And I think the NIL is going to be competitive. And when you have a product like they're putting together that the fan base enjoys and wants to support and likes, that's where the money follows. And when they have the money, Nebraska can compete with anybody. So, you look at a guy like CJ Wilcher, what better opportunity is he going to have than coming back to Nebraska for another year? I mean, transferring, I don't know, where's he going to have a bigger role than he has at Nebraska, for a competitive team, one of the most powerful conferences in the country. And he's got a nice NIL package too. So, I mean, there's not a whole lot more to ask for there. And same thing with Juwan and Rink and Bryce. Those guys have a lot on the table right now in front of them here at Nebraska. And the fact that they're winning and they seem to like each other and there's a good culture and a good vibe around the program, that's pretty green grass right there. That I don't know, it probably takes some pretty substantial opportunities elsewhere to lure them away. Just my feeling right now. You never know until all said and done, but there is a real chance that all but those 3 guys, as far as that core top 8, 9 players from this season could all be back next year. And if that happens, Nebraska is immediately one of the favorites in the Big Ten and another NCAA tournament contender.
Again, we're speaking to Robin Wash at HuskerOnline.com. Robin, when you're looking at those, we talk about the gentleman that won't be back, but you look at Keisei Tamanaga, his journey here, spending 3 years here at Nebraska. And a lot of people talk about how likable he has been. And where does he rank for you in your 16 years? Obviously, you've covered a lot of very likable players. I think about Siobhan Shields, and we can name some other ones out there. But what makes Keisei so much different than the rest of those guys?
Oh, just the way he plays. I mean, for one, there's never been a Nebraska player that shot it like him. They've had good 3-point shooters, really good 3-point shooters, but none of them to where as soon as they cross half court, you're wondering if he's going to pull the trigger and have a good chance of making it. So just that dynamic alone separates him from pretty much anybody that's ever played here. But then the energy that he brings, the senior night game, I thought was the perfect send off for him. Mm-hmm. It struggled. He had 6 points. He really hadn't done much. We couldn't buy a bucket from 3 for the first half and kind of on into the second. Then all of a sudden he gets an and one, then a 4-point play, and all of a sudden he scored 12 straight points to turn a 6-point lead into a 13-point lead. Completely changed the game in a matter of minutes, all by himself. So, I mean, that's what he is. He's inconsistent. He struggles on defense sometimes, but when it comes to flipping the switch and completely changing the complexion of a game in a very short amount of time, I've never seen a player like him. Some people, I tweeted that during the game, and some people thought I said he's the best player ever. No, I said he's a guy that can, change the game within seconds. And that senior night game was a perfect example of that. And then just the way that the passion that he plays with, the way he was high-fiving the crowd after fouls, and the PA, JP had to get on there and be like, "Hey, fans, please do not touch the players." It was awesome. So, like that. Like, it's just the energy and the way that his teammates, the fans, really everybody that watches him kind of gravitates to him. And it's not just Nebraska. Like he's one of the favorites around the conference. Like, people at Illinois love Keisei Tominaga. People at Purdue love Keisei Tominaga because of the way that, for one, he scores, but then also just how dynamic of a personality he is on the court. So, it's unfortunate that this is the last time Nebraska fans will get to see him play at PBA, but something tells me he's got a few more memorable games left in the chamber there.
What a week for Robin. Keisei Tominaga's not going to play in Nebraska, in Lincoln again. And now we just got word that the Giants are not placing the franchise tag on Saquon Barkley. Who are you going to miss more?
I've prepared myself for the Saquon news. It just didn't make any sense to keep him. I mean, obviously I would have loved to, but he's going to test the market. We'll see. I mean, so the cap for them to keep him would have been, over $12 million just for one season, which is a whole lot of money to spend on a running back, especially when you're a team like the Giants that has a laundry list of other needs they need to address. So I'm sure there's going to be a team that's going to pay him, but I'll be curious to see what he ends up getting. As long as he ends up in the AFC, I'm fine. Like, go to the Chargers, go to the Texans, don't go to the Chiefs. Go to
please don't.
Dolphins or something, wherever. Like, go somewhere where, like, I can still cheer for him to stay out of the NFC and retire a Giant, and we'll be all good.
I feel bad for the rest of the NFL rosters when the Chiefs had 479 players in their roster.
Yeah, the cap management is going to be really interesting, but I'm sure everybody's just going to take league minimum just to play for Andy Reid.
Yeah, for sure. Robin, also before we get you out of here, and if you have noticed, are you missing your Facebook page or your Instagram even more right now?
Well, I don't have Facebook anymore, but the Instagram, I was worried like my Wi-Fi was shorting out or something. Like, what is going on? But then luckily someone on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, had posted that there is a national outage. So I'll be okay. I think I'll manage to survive without watching some mindless reels for a few hours.
Well, I hope we all will. So, Robin, we appreciate your time as always, my friend. I'm sure I'll see you soon.
Sounds good.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. That's Robin Washut, HuskerOnline.com right there. Let's take a break, and when we come back,
Sauna Talk.
Sauna Talk. We'll be right back.
More next on the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
That was good. That was good. Sauna Talk. I can't wait for Sauna. OMG. Serious OMG Sauna Talk. Yes. And that is funny. Justin chimed in and said, "Did you dial the wrong number for Robin again?"
Oh, wait till you hear this. Hold on.
Yeah, you know what? It's a perfect time if you could tell your friends right now when all this Facebook crap is happening. Why don't you go over to YouTube and subscribe to our page? Right? Is that fair?
Yes.
Go to our YouTube page at The Morning Hookup because YouTube is up. Let's go do that. Break after the break, then Sauna Talk. Yes, Justin. Did that sound right? Break after the break, then Sauna Talk.
Break after the break.
Break after the break. All right, we're going to take a quick break. After the break, thanks for listening to Greg at the Hook. Sauna Talk.
Hey, buddy. Okay, we're not on the air right now.
Not on the air right now. Hold on. This is now, well, don't worry. It's national now because there's big-time media outlets. Now, not that we're not here, okay? I don't want to dog 10, 11, or Channel 8. But now it's like all the news, major outlets in the country are reporting Facebook and Instagram outages.
Christian, I mean, this shouldn't be as big of a story as it is.
You mean the big news outlets are reporting on Sauna Talk, right? Huh?
Yeah. Oh, that's yes. I just I just sent them a message about, hey, forget this stupid Facebook crap.
I had to use
Whoa!
this thing called YouTube to listen to you guys.
10:25.
I was really thrown off.
No way.
10:25 and 16.
No way.
It's on. I have Facebook back.
I
I'm
Nailed it.
instantly just logged in.
I just lost a bet.
You did. It was what time?
What's
Did
the
you
lunch
say?
today?
The bet was I didn't think Facebook was going to be up before 10:30, and at 10:25, it's now back. That's a bad beat.
Damn, where are we going for lunch?
What are we having for lunch today?
I don't know. This is going to be good. I have a haircut today, so I'll let him off the hook today.
Christian, do you think it's
Don't let 'em
absurd?
off that easy, Hook.
Do you think it's absurd how Hooks has like 5 haircuts a month?
Yeah, I think that's.
Have you seen it right
Like
now? Watch. I'm going to do
working
the next segment without my hat.
Oh God, Christian, you're lucky you're on the phone.
Please. Yeah, put it back on for the children.
He can't even see you, and he wants you to put it back on.
This is bad. Yeah, I can't do that. Sorry, folks.
Yeah, bad idea. The hat is back on, Christian.
Oh, thank goodness.
My God, that was a bad idea.
Christian, how'd darts go last night?
Darts went all right. We got the 4-1 victory. I performed admirably. My partner, as usual, brings it.
Mm-hmm.
We took on a couple of newcomers who have improved quite a bit over the last year or two. Andy and Taylor have really grown their skill level over the last couple of seasons. I always love to see the new kids getting better at the game. I really enjoy watching it.
Do you feel like that's a phrase that when you do anything in life, especially like when you nail it with your significant other, like I performed rather well last night?
I think it should be used more in common verbiage, yes.
Yeah, I performed rather well last night. How was it? I performed rather well.
Rather well.
How was it for you? Rather well?
Anything less than pretty well shouldn't be mentioned.
No, not at all. Everything else is uncivilized.
Hooks is giving third team performances. I'm making first team, baby.
Oh. I mean, that's first round roster cuts if you're doing third team performances.
Oh, boy.
Hey, we
You're
got to
not
go
even on the practice squad.
We got to go on the air.
Hang
Hold on.
on. Now we'll Welcome back in the morning hookup. Special thanks here to Robin Washut, HuskerOnline.com, and also Ernesto for sending the music in.
It has been requested like crazy after last Tuesday. We had Christian on for Sauna Talk, and well, let's just say I've had about 15 people tell me Sauna Talk returning. And I think we had to bring it back.
I think last Tuesday he performed rather well on Sauna Talk.
Rather well.
Yeah, they're well.
Christian,
rather well.
Rather
yes,
well.
I would concur. Rather well.
So I texted you because I thought we were going to do Sauna Talk at the beginning of the show, and I had to push it. Have you been in the sauna this whole time?
Please, I hope you are.
I don't know if you guys know this. Saunas are very hot, and I have been in here now for 24 minutes. And I don't know how much liquid I have left in me because I am dripping.
Oh.
Every time I hear sauna, like I see the movies, right? Do you not like picture different types of saunas, like the ones with like the big bathtubs in the middle and like the mob is hanging out with you?
This is a very contemporary, just me. I asked the guy on the way in if he wanted to be the first guest on Sauna Talk. And the look he gave me, maybe I should have prefaced it with it being a talk show kind of thing.
Yeah.
He went the other way pretty quickly for coming on Sauna Talk with me.
I don't blame him. I mean, if I saw
I can't blame the guy either.
Yeah, if I saw you in the sauna and you were on the phone, I'd be a little freaked out. But anyways.
I'm not taking video. I'm talking.
I mean, just talking
You
on
never
the phone,
know.
Will Wilson.
You
Hand
never
check.
know. Yeah, exactly.
Hand check.
Hand check.
Okay, so yeah, there's this big story going around with Facebook and Instagram. Apparently it's back now, but what do you think of that? I know you're from Why Not. I know that's kind of the main communication over in Why Not.
Listen, Will, Instagram hasn't hit Why Not yet. The town of
Wow.
is in flames right now with the lack of Facebook.
It has not hit Why Not yet. They're still on rotary
They
phones.
still have Twitter. The logo hasn't changed to X yet. It's still the bird yet. They're still using Twitter.
Wait a minute. Is your cousin coming to town this week for state basketball? Did they make it?
They did make it. They'll be here this week. They play Wednesday for their first round game, and they're the 4 seed. I don't know how high hopes are, but PowerPoints are weird and rankings are weird. But yeah, they'll be around all weekend.
What are those? All right, so that brings up an interesting point for me with Sauna Talk with Christian hanging out, because I always find it fascinating. I'm from North Carolina, from Charlotte, bigger city. I find small towns fascinating. What was it like possibly when you grew up going to the big city, and what will these people encounter trying to drive and navigate one-ways in downtown Lincoln?
From a small town, there's a consistent, I don't know if it goes for everyone when I moved to Lincoln for school. That's how I ended up here. But the consistent quote was, you officially know you've lived in Lincoln if you've drove the wrong way down a one-way. And that was like the rite of passage, was going the wrong way down a one-way in downtown Lincoln. Other than that, it's a small town, but I had electricity. I had running water. I consistently get asked by people growing up if I had a bathroom. It's like, yeah, it's not the 1800s, guys. We had running water and sewage. Calm down.
And he had a nice small town bar.
I went from, I graduated in a class of 13 people. So I'm walking into classes in UNL that's bigger than my whole town of 200. So that's a little bit of an adjustment. But, personal growth. That's how you find yourself in bigger and better spots, right?
I had a buddy that I knew that told me a story of his in-laws coming to town. I forget where they're from, but it was a big deal because they had to pull over on the interstate as they were coming into Lincoln to have someone else drive. So, and then all right, I can't navigate this. So you got to do this because you've been there. And then this gentleman proceeded to tell his grandkids who were coming with them, you guys won't believe it. We're going to stay at a hotel. You can pick up the phone. You can order anything on there and they'll bring it to you.
It's a big deal.
It's a major deal.
Mm-hmm.
Big deal.
Okay, so I have a story to bring up. Arch Manning, right? Texas quarterback. He is officially the biggest loser in the world to me because he is choosing to not opt in to the new college football video game. He's saying, no, you cannot use my name, image, and likeness. I find this hideous.
Why?
I'm so mad about
Tell
this.
me why.
Who doesn't want to be in the game? He's saying he wants to focus on
how much are they paying these kids?
$600.
Arch Manning
and a free copy of the game.
Yeah. And a free copy of the game.
Too.
But he's saying he's too big for this game.
No,
that's what I'm getting.
A lot of other opportunities I can do it on the field. But $600 to Arch is he doesn't waste his time to pick that up off the floor.
But who doesn't want to be in the game? Christian, you see where I'm coming.
I see where you're coming from, but I think what makes him more of a loser is watching these 2 stud wide receivers that played for him all year just tear it up at the combine, and they just get bounced. I mean, they just look ridiculous. If you got that kind of talent, how do you not get it done?
Yeah, well, Quinn Ewers is getting it done.
Maybe Arch is concerned that if he's in the game, that he hasn't announced he's transferring somewhere yet. It'll be a different uniform.
I think it's ridiculous.
I'm just trying to figure it out.
Well, what's he going to do on a Friday night when none of his buddies want to come to his place because he doesn't have a copy of the game?
Exactly.
They got to go to somebody else's house.
He will buy his $60 copy. I'm pretty sure.
Hey, Christian,
with plenty.
There's something about Hooks. I cannot get this guy down at Tavern. He said
that's not true.
He said he was going to come in Sunday, never showed up. I mean, the dude only comes there when there's an appearance fee,
which is
we call them habitual flakers.
Yeah.
Oh
right.
Wow. Well, when's my next opportunity? When are you both going to be?
Well, Christian, we need to sit down and talk.
Non-working,
because we need to figure out NCAA or Big Ten tournament party at Tavern.
Yes.
And we got to put our morning hookup bracket together with prizes.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Right. Well, Hooks, will you be there, or do I need to co-host while you're?
I'll be there. I'll be there.
If there's an appearance
that
fee,
is
he's
not
there.
True. When is this week? When does this week work?
What are you
I
talking?
can't do Sunday or Saturday. Saturday I don't do.
Well, Saturday's the big chili cook-off.
Sunday.
Saturday's the big chili cook-off.
Yeah, Saturday's the big chili cook-off.
Big chili cook-off.
There's only a couple things that I don't miss, and it's there's one particular hoops game that happens twice a year that I just can't miss.
Hey, Christian, who do you got in that one? North Carolina or Duke?
Oh, I don't know. Is Wapakowski going to do the same thing again, or
flop? I'm so glad he's
probably Carolina.
Oh, you don't just say that because Hooks is on the show.
I'm so glad that Flopakowski made it past his severe injury in his court storming. I'm really really bad.
I mean, he's without a doubt my least favorite college player. He has without a doubt the most punchable face of anyone in the entire college basketball realm. I can't think of anybody else who I would just more rather give one to.
2 years ago today, if you go back and you look, 2 years ago today, they sent Coach K with his last home loss ever.
That's it. But Christian brings up an interesting point, like past basketball players who you just want to punch in the face. Matt Harms at Purdue.
Oh, that was your dude.
I wanted to fight him. Yeah.
Like pretty much any big man at Purdue for you.
Pretty much. Zach Edey, I'm okay with.
I feel bad for his face already. So
I mean, Aaron Kraft.
What's the Aaron Kraft? Yeah.
Ooh.
Matt Davison, is that the guy from Wisconsin?
You mean Brad Davidson?
Brad Davidson.
You probably want to punch Matt Davidson in the face too. Yeah.
Oh, he left with that one. Oh, did he just leave with that one?
I don't know.
You know what happened? That was Sonic Talk with Christian, by the way. We'll keep that thing rolling because that is amazing. I bet you got so sweaty that his phone shorted out.
It could have. That easily could have happened.
His phone so sweaty it shorted out.
Zach Collins, Triz, Zach Collins.
Still. Oh yeah,
Grant Gibbs.
Yeah, like all those players. Punchable faces it's a real thing. Players that like you just can't stand to watch.
Who was the guy who
mine like growing up for sure was like obviously in the ACC world. We're gonna say from the Puke Carolina rivalry for sure.
Christian Laettner.
Yeah, but Bobby Hurley was like 1B. The slapping on the floor. Let's go to golly.
Hansborough.
I'm sure a lot of people would say that.
A lot of people probably didn't like him.
Yeah, I'm sure. Psycho T.
Which Theo just brought up, Tyler Hansborough.
He's just, yeah. People might say that in the softball world, Theo Malone.
You don't want to mess with Theo on the softball field, man.
Back in his day.
You don't want to do it.
Back in
All right,
his
good.
day.
Well, let us know what you think of that segment. Christian is you can just throw anything at him and he just says something about it.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Love Christian.
It's just a nice little break in the action. So let's take a break. And when we come back, we'll serve stories that we missed.
You're listening to the Morning Hookup with Bill Hooks and Will Wilson. More coming up.
So my Facebook went right back. Did you get in there?
Yes, I'm in.
It's weird. It just like popped right back in.
I have to do this. Check your notifications on another device.
Yours?
Yeah, I have to give it approval.
Oh, do you have like a secondary email?
Yes.
That's where you got to go. Like two-step authenticity.
I don't even care.
Notification. Mine just went right back in. It's weird. Which is weird, but whatever. I literally have Facebook just for like this and for the business.
Yeah, right.
No, seriously. I don't post a lot. There it is. Everything just popped right back in.
Theo says they probably all want to punch me. How many times has Nick Greguth almost gotten a fight on the softball field?
Yeah, we'll put that poll out there.
That's what I want to know.
That was good, man.
Sonic Talk. We'll find a sponsor.
We will. We'll find a sponsor.
Find a sponsor.
Well, we got to figure out what gym he's at.
Yeah, right.
The gym sponsor.
Good idea.
Gym sponsors.
Yeah, I got some good stories.
Yeah, I put a bunch on the sheet from yesterday because we didn't really get to them. But that's how we got a lot. We got a lot to look at. A lot of NFL talk. Lots of NFL talk. You could do like a million stories off NFL right now.
Yeah, there's a lot. Have we done this one yet? Which one haven't we done?
Uh-oh. Don't know.
More Tux than Greguth? What does that mean?
Oh, Tux is Coach Tux.
Oh, okay.
Coach Tux. Who we got? Somebody calling? We got callers like it's lighting up.
Oh, damn.
Lighting up.
KFOR.
Lighting up on the phone lines. 402-489-1240. Who's
It's Christian.
He's back? Christian,
Hey,
what
guys.
happened, man? I thought you got so sweaty the phone shorted out.
You know what? You're going to love this. I've actually been testing the outer thresholds of this, of how long an iPhone will last in the sauna at 147 degrees. And it is exactly 27 minutes at 147 degrees before your iPhone shuts down.
Oh, that's amazing.
So now you're just in the locker room?
Yep. So now I'm just sitting outside waiting for my phone to cool down.
Okay. Well, hey, we just want to say thank you.
Yes.
We think this is turning into a very good segment.
Viable,
and
for sure.
if you're down to come back next week, we'd love to have you.
I'd love to do it. Let me try and find some guests. Maybe we get a little extra in here with it.
I love it.
Do
I love it. Hey, I'll see you in a bit. I'm down to record some TikToks today.
All right, man. I'm down for it.
All right. I'll see you in a bit.
All right. Thanks for having me,
Thanks,
guys.
Christian.
Good one.
Appreciate it, brother.
Sauna talk.
What time are you down there?
Oh, little happy hour today?
I'm just asking the question. I might be able to, I gotta get a haircut today.
We'll be down there around 4.
Gotta get 4. Yeah, maybe. Oh, I can't today. My kid has a play production tonight.
Okay. That's
Dang it.
exciting. What's the play?
Frozen
Oh,
school play.
wow.
My wife is a very good at keeping us more well-rounded. You know?
Yeah. Hey, stay right there.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Welcome back in the morning hookup. Boy, big special thanks to Christian there for sauna talk. And if you didn't hear it, by the way, he called us back and he has done an experiment that his iPhone, from the heat and condensation perspective, can last 27 minutes in 147 degrees
until it just shuts off.
Whoop, gone.
So we appreciate him fighting through it.
Yes.
Ernesto, what kind of music are
I
you
don't
sending
even
us
know.
today,
what are we
man?
doing here?
Oh, that was all old school breakdancing music. That's Looking for the Perfect Beat.
Electric
Africa
Boogaloo.
Bambaataa.
The electric boogaloo.
Yep.
I like it.
I hand picked it for you guys today. I bet the Hood Rats don't have music like that.
I don't think they do. What were you saying about the Hood Rats? You had something to say about them.
Yeah, who the heck do they think they are?
Yeah.
I mean, Jacksonville had the River Rats in the stadium. We got rid of those, but the difference between a River Rat and a Hood Rat is you can't get rid of a Hood Rat. And I think, I used to be a board op before I became a PD. It's unprofessional to cut off a peer's promo. Not professional at all.
That's a big story. I totally forgot Dave brought that up. We may need to get to the bottom of this before the end of the show. I have an idea.
Yeah. Oh, you have an idea? Oh, you can figure it out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have an idea.
Yeah, we can go back and listen. And there's no doubt, it's like they're doing pause edits on my little tape recorder when I used to pretend like I was a DJ talking about another one bites the dust. I mean, those guys are so amateur. I don't know what's going on. And I know you guys are listening. You can come and get me. I live in Jacksonville. I'll meet you anywhere, any place. I'll teach you the right way to radio. Give my boys back an hour, and you guys go back to broadcasting school. Woo!
Oh, Nesto, you're the man.
Dude, what's with everyone going after?
I don't know.
Heard that radio.
I know. But Triz, by the way, I could be down for like a quick 1 to 2 minutes of that. It says, can we get a segment with Ernesto breakdancing to this music? Whacked out Nesty Wednesdays.
Oh, I would love to see that. Triz, you got to dance for us too, though. That's the
the
rule.
Triz is too smooth for this.
Let's address this. We got about 10 minutes left in the show.
Okay.
So what? Our promo got cut off yesterday?
Dave said something like that. Have you heard this? Dude, how do we validate this?
Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a call to Elijah.
Oh, no. You're going to call
because he's producer.
Did you text him already?
No. He's probably asleep, and we're going to wake him up.
Oh, no, boy. God, this is creating some I love Will. Will, you're feeling feisty today, aren't you?
Well, listen, I'm just
feeling feisty. I'm going to let you
it.
handle your business here. But remind Elijah we're on the air. Hello.
He's probably still asleep.
We're just in a cause and rift today, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. It's a weird day. Facebook going down and everything.
Makes us all feel weird.
He's probably afraid.
He's scared.
Hi, you've reached the voice.
Hi, you've reached Elijah. I cut your promos.
You know what? It happens.
What can we just say? It happens.
It happens.
But just to us.
It happens. I'm not too mad about it.
You are. And I appreciate
I was
you,
just
man,
I just wanted to give Elijah.
Well, if that
crap.
happened, that's wrong.
No, it happens sometimes. It
does it?
It does. It
Do
does.
they have the ability just to cut it? We work hard to put that promo together.
I think, to be fair, Connor might have been running the board yesterday, and he knows what he's doing. It's just, like I said, it happens sometimes. I don't want to get mad about it. I just wanted to give Elijah crap.
That's just one less chance to get to hear our voices. Whatever. Let's do some stories that we missed.
The stories we miss. The Morning Hookup.
I don't know. Where do you want to start? Well, there's so much. How about you got you finally got the news yesterday. Jason Kelce is calling it a career after 13 great NFL seasons. The Eagles will have a new starting center. Which one will predict? It could be Cam Jurgens taking that spot, but boy, Kelce is gone.
Yeah, good career.
What a press conference too! And I love the fact the way he approached it. Did you see what he was wearing? It wasn't all formal. He looked like Jason Kelce, like cutoffs and like rolled up. And we could play some of it, but some of it's kind of weird. But he talked about Nick Foles having the biggest ever.
What?
To go and talk about and having, to run the Philly special, and Doug Peterson having the biggest set of cojones to let his quarterback make that call in a Super Bowl and a victory.
Hey, speaking of Nick Foles, CBS Sports put out a list of each NFL team's best and worst free agency signing ever. Yeah. Okay.
Russ Wilson, number 1, Denver.
That is probably true. But for the Eagles, you said you mentioned Nick Foles, that they put that as their best signing ever.
Well, yeah, he came in, took up for Wentz. Wentz got hurt, and they won the Super Bowl.
They won the Super Bowl.
At what point is it getting bigger than that?
Now, their worst signing was apparently D tackle Malik Jackson back in 2019. Any other teams you're interested about who they have on here?
I would say the Chiefs, but everybody's great.
Well, let's.
Sorry, that was mean. I am so mean. I am sorry.
Yeah, you're the one being.
I am sorry.
Their best signing, they have quarterback Len Dawson in 1962.
Yeah, it works.
Their worst signing was kicker Lynn Elliott in 94.
That works.
Yeah. So, by the way, free agency, a lot of stuff going on. You got the franchise tag. We already mentioned Saquon Barkley. Did not get the franchise tag. Dude, the running back market right now is arguably the best it's ever been.
It is, but it's just a weird spot for a lot of people. Running backs, man. Because they had that whole year. Was it last year, the year before? They talked about the pay scale and being paid correctly, and up in that ante. It's just it's a crazy place to be for those guys. But like you said, there'll be some really good running backs out there.
Yeah, you got Derrick Henry, DeAndre Swift.
Mm-hmm.
Now adding Saquon Barkley. There's a few names I'm not naming. It's looking really good for running backs. And the Vikings are going to be in the hunt. I think they cut Madison. They cut Madison yesterday or the day before.
Yep.
So you mentioned it. Russell Wilson officially got cut.
That's so crazy. Is it not the most crazy thing ever?
It's still bizarre to think about the fall of Russell Wilson. Like when he left Seattle, he wasn't terrible. But man, when he hit Denver, something changed in that man. And maybe Denver's not a good team overall. But man, it's still just shocking to me.
According to NFL media, the Broncos will eat $39 million.
It's the biggest dead cap ever.
Broncos would that's it. They'll eat the $39 million, but it will take on an NFL record $85 million in dead cap.
Oh my God. Jeez.
Oh, Bronco's gonna Bronco.
Who picks him up? Like
I don't know.
Who signs a guy
There's
like
places
that?
Out there. To look, man. We could look through that, but I don't know, man. I think it'd be like, I don't know. Could the Saints do? I know they got Derek Carr there, but would Saints be a landing spot? He's going to want to go somewhere. I mean, that's going to be somewhat of a contender or a contender. If you're like, what about the Patriots? Well, they are not going to be very good.
But did he fall so hard to where teams are afraid to sign a guy like that?
No.
I mean, if I'm a GM, I see what he did at Denver, and I'm like,
they're still there, dude. They're still
this dude's not good.
There's still stuff there.
You think?
I think he could.
I do have a sneaky feeling that he's going to go to a different team like the Patriots, maybe like Patriots, right? And, and he's like good. He's back. Denver just may be a bad spot for the guy.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you get more like maybe I don't know, like I can just see the Saints or something.
Now aren't the Broncos in prison though? Like
all
that money they owe.
Dead hit, man. Eat 39, dead on 85.
You know who they need to go get? They need to go get Trey Lance.
Yeah, that's about what they can afford.
Get a cheap option
at this point.
Yeah. Speaking of the NFL, they are one step closer to adopting the XFL style kickoff.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You're familiar with that, right? Everybody stands still until the person receives the ball, and then it's everything goes. Apparently, they're going to be discussing that coming up in meetings. Would you be okay with that?
Sure.
Really?
I mean, kickoffs have been whatever for whatever.
They're trying to, improve the competitiveness in the kickoffs.
Is it competitive?
I don't like it.
Or is it like...
I don't like it.
Is it really competitiveness, or is it just like safety? It's all about safety.
Safety is a big part of it, but also I think they want it to be more enjoyable, more entertaining.
Yeah, I think just whatever. Just I wonder I don't know what the percentage of kickoffs ended up as touchbacks this year.
Probably a lot.
A lot. Do you just start it at the 20?
All I'm saying is Devin Hester didn't do what he did to have this happen.
True.
Right.
In stuff we haven't gotten to, but man, in the NFL, an unfortunate the passing of one Chris Mortensen at the age of 72, battled throat cancer. A lot of people loved him, very beloved in the Mort Report and all that stuff with ESPN. 72 years old, man. He joined ESPN in 1991.
Damn.
Unfortunate passing of one guy that you always love to listen to, one guy you always love to listen to, and his report and the way he conveyed the message.
That's one thing I love about sports is, we love the athletes, we love the coaches, but we develop this connection with the people who share us the game.
Yes.
And it's just, we've lost so many legends.
Yeah.
So many sports commentating legends in the past 10 years. I mean, obviously, people die, but
just gone way too soon, man. 72, obviously, he had stage 4 throat cancer, but all the great tributes are coming out. And so prayers for Mort as he passes on and his entire family.
There was one more story I had. We've been talking for 5 years now about the NCAA tournament expanding.
It's the dumbest thing that could possibly happen.
It says, I'm reading this report. It says, new report says the tournament expansion is trending more towards something like 72 or 76 teams. And people are saying this is going to save the tournament. What needs saving? Can you explain this to me?
I don't know what needs saving.
What needs saving?
No.
It's fine the way
What are
it
you
is.
saving?
I don't know. I don't get the argument. Like, why is the tournament in trouble to begin with? I'm trying to figure that out.
They keep messing with things. They just keep messing with stuff. Like, leave the field. Like, I thought it was still kind of messed with when they added the play-in
games.
At what point do we stop trying to be inclusive with everything and everyone?
That's what it is.
I heard that number like 96. What?
They want the mid-majors. They want more mid-majors.
Why are we so inclusive?
I don't know.
If you just aren't good enough to make it that year, you just aren't good enough.
Yeah. And the Farley Dickinsons,
those just don't happen.
Those aren't going to beat. They're not going to win most of the time.
It is what it is. Andy Katz, I just was looking. He, loves Nebraska. He just about 15 minutes ago, he put out his new bracket tally. Just see where he's got Nebraska. Oh, there it goes. I missed it. He currently has Nebraska in the West as a 9 seed taking on Texas.
Where at?
It doesn't say, and it just says out West.
Andy Katz, I got to admit, he's the one guy I don't really take too seriously. Every year he is schmoozing us. Like, he loves us.
Him and John Rothstein too, for sure.
Rothstein. Yeah. You say Rothstein.
I don't know why I say that.
You're from Carolina. Yeah, okay, that'd be good. By the way, have you been thinking about road tripping wherever we go?
Yes.
I've been thinking about it.
I've been looking at the schedule and what my baseball schedule kind of looks like.
I'm not buying a plane ticket.
It would make Omaha pretty good, though.
That'd be awesome.
But you know what? You'd pay to go to Omaha to watch a game with Nebraska in it?
It's a lot.
Yeah. We'd have to have every patron go every day to see you at Tavern to make up for it for 3 weeks.
Well, let's not throw it out now.
Thanks. Yeah. Thanks, everybody, hanging out with us on a Tuesday. Appreciate you guys chiming in. Can't wait to talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a great Tuesday.